pizza rolls, and 2 demure ladies in one room. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello and welcome to our weekly recap of Days of Our Lives here at AfterBuzz TV. We like to call it Dishin Days. We are joined today by the lovely Marci Miller's in the house.
Hi.
And also
Thank
my
you.
partner in crime over here, Mr. Matthew Evan Paine.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. It's Palm Sunday.
Yes.
So
Oh, yes.
I don't know if that means anything to you. Do what you need to do.
Just shady Sundays again.
I just know there's ashes and all that kind of. I don't remember. I was an altar boy, but whatevs. Anyway, thank you for being here.
thank you for
I thought
having
maybe
me.
my phone call last time scared you away and you would never come back.
Oh, no. No. People love you. I was really eager to get here and see you.
Well, and I don't know if you saw, like, and we've talked about this before with some other guests. Like, sometimes we tweet, like, someone's going to be here, and it's, like, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just every day I'm going to be like, wonder what Marci Miller's doing. Because everybody, like, my Twitter just went
It
crazy.
blew up this
They were
weekend.
so excited that you
Yeah.
were going to be here. So
Aw, they're so
thank you for
sweet.
being here and being part of our crazy chaos that we call Dishin Days.
I got a casual phone call from Mark, and he was like, "Oh, and Marci will be there Sunday." I was like, "Miller?"
I'm like, is there any other Marci? It's like Madonna. Is there any other Marci? Come on. Come on. If you guys want to, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter's _Dishin Days. Instagram's just Dishin Days.
Yep.
We're on Facebook. And if you want to be fan of the week, all you got to do is write us a 5-star review on iTunes. And I bet you'll end up as fan of the week. Not this week, but sorry about it. So I'm so glad you're here this week. It was so funny because when she told me you were coming, I was just like, it couldn't have been a better. I'm going to even show you in my phone because I take my notes in my phone now because I'm getting very progressive. I'm going to show you my notes. And when she told me you were coming, I was like, oh, could not have been a better week. But what did you think of the week overall?
Could you be a little bit more high energy?
I know.
It's
kinda low in here.
Well, you know why? Because usually this is my first show, so it takes me a while to warm up. But I had an hour over there warming up in Studio 3, so I am good to go.
This was a good week.
It was a good week,
It was
right?
a good week. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's a good
I always judge it on my notes.
Okay.
Because sometimes I'll write Kate's talking to Eduardo, but then that happens for 3 days, so I don't need to rewrite that. You know what I mean? So like when my notes start dwindling, I start going, okay, there's not really much going on, or it's the same thing being repeated over and over and over again. But I was taking a lot of notes,
That's a good sign.
lots of notes.
Yeah.
Lots of notes.
It was good. The scenes with which I know we'll get to all the scenes with Kate and Eduardo. She's so believable with the emotion that she plays. You can see it in her eyes.
Yeah.
You do it too. Billy does it also. Ari Zucker. How do you get into the tears pretty much on a regular basis?
I think you tell this story every day. Like
Yeah.
you tell it every day to the point like I'm at home and I find myself thinking like, it's almost like you don't have a hard time differentiating like what's real and what's not, but it is so much a part of you. And then it's like, it happens, I think, and your body kind of takes over. And I always think it's interesting because even though Marci cries all the time on the show, like in my head I know they're not my circumstances, but my body doesn't really know they're not my
Right.
circumstances. So like you really are physically exhausted and emotionally exhausted, and so I don't know. There's a certain amount of like taking over that your body and your conscience kind of does. I think it's interesting.
Do you ever leave a scene thinking, "Oh, I didn't know I was going to cry just then"?
Yes, definitely.
I leave here doing that.
Doing that, yeah. It's nice to have someone that can relate.
I was gonna cry.
Yeah.
Really emotional Dishin Days.
Yeah.
There have been some tears in this room.
There have been, unfortunately.
Have there?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And it was me.
No.
Alrighty, so let's get into Dishin Days. And then you get to flip the hourglass for us. We flip it and forget it. That's how it works around here. All right, so let's get to our number one storyline, which is usually the number one storyline when I'm lead hosting. I don't know how this happens. Kind of coincidental. Let's start with Billy Flynn.
That's how we intros every time. The top storyline is just Billy Flynn.
Just Billy. Oh, there's other people.
And the fans know that means Chad, Abigail,
Chad,
Gabby,
and
whoever.
those that have the pleasure of coming in contact with him in Salem this week. That's kind of how it works. So I'll just run through some of these things that happened with, I have it as Chad, Abby, Gabby, and Dario as the core of this storyline. So Abby, at the beginning of the week, is wanting to renew vows, which happened then last week and this week. Chad and Abby make love. Thank you. Gabby and Abby and okay, so I love how, I'm just gonna get into it. I love how everybody made agreements to not be friends.
Yeah.
And by the end of the week, they're like,
Never
screw
mind.
that.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, literally, and it wasn't even like, we're just gonna let them talk and not talk about, we're actually gonna talk about the fact that we said we're not gonna
Right.
do that, but now we're gonna do it.
It was like, no, girl, we good.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
I'm jumping way ahead
Go ahead.
to the end of the week. I either just go to the zoo. You talked about the zoo the entire episode. You got a lot in before the zoo. You were gonna run an errand.
I kept thinking that too. I was like, girl, when I go to Huntington Beach, I'm like, I go to Huntington Beach.
It's a day.
I don't do shit on the way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I'm not
maybe stopping at
stopping for-
beer, but other than that,
Yeah.
No, but it was the
walk in the park, stop at the pub.
leave it out though. Just leave out the fact that you're going to the zoo.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's what we talk about this a lot. A lot of unnecessary
Yeah.
engagements.
And so you guys probably notice that even more than we do,
Yeah.
honestly, because we're in there and we're doing it, and then all of, it's interesting to hear your guys' perspective on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we do, and I mean, and a lot of it is all in good fun because
Totally.
we just, we have to watch it. So it's like, okay,
Yeah, I'm just gonna make 9 stops and then we're going to the
Because
zoo.
I've been very forward about this when I started the show. Is I was a Days fan, but I was a Days fan of the people that I liked on Days.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't like you, you got fast forwarded through. So there was a lot of stuff I didn't have to suffer through, but now I kind of have to. Rope. Anyway, so we found out that Chad and Gabby watched Sleepless in Seattle. Which is
When Gabby said that she watched Sleepless in
I knew
Seattle,
immediately.
My stomach.
I
hurt.
knew as soon as he brought it up that was going to be the issue. I knew immediately. I was like, oh, he saw it with Gabby.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then the part that, and this, I don't know now, I don't know if you can even answer this, and I hate asking this question because I know that you're probably not allowed to, but the scene where you see that he's looking at the picture of Gabby and Ari and him.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. Like, that to me was, like, kind of taking it over the top.
Oh, yeah.
For me, like, I was
mean-
just like, I get that he's still, I get the situation, and the situation is believable to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I will say that. It's when I see stuff like that it bothers me, because come on.
Yeah.
Like, he would really be on his iPad with you in
On
the
his
bed.
iPad.
I know. He's
You
a
know what I
smart
mean?
guy, He
You know,
wouldn't be sitting there
yeah,
doing
like,
that.
come on.
Yeah.
So,
I
I don't
get
know
you.
if that's going to come up again later, and I don't know if you can talk about that, but that
Yeah.
bothered me.
I did like.
Probably more than it bothered Abby.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean,
I like when Gabby brought up the Sleepless in Seattle, and you said, "Why did you just say that?" And she kind of just threw it away, and you were like, "No, but why?"
No.
would you-"
Yeah.
We're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
yeah.
You had I actually thought it was interesting because you actually also had a scene with JJ this week, and it was that one of those, soap opera moments where right before commercial, someone touches you on the shoulder, and we don't know who it's gonna be.
Oh, yeah.
And it ended up being JJ, which actually surprised me
Yeah.
because I was like, oh, it's probably just fucking Billy. Sorry, oops. So I actually enjoyed that scene though.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy that scene.
Yeah.
You?
Yes, I love Casey Moss.
Yeah,
I
so
love
sweet
Casey
for
Moss.
different reasons.
I agreed.
I loved the acting.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I just think he's so sweet.
You
I
can
like
probably
he's
tell
so
me
sweet.
where every hair on his chest was in that scene.
He's got like 2. I don't know.
And then, so you ran into Gabby on your way to the zoo. JJ, you,
Dario.
Dario.
Did you walk
Which-
from the park to Horton Square back to the park?
park, yeah.
At
Well,
that point, I
yeah.
was like looking through my drawers for my gun. I was like, "Where is it? It's got to be here somewhere."
Well, I think this is a good time since we're bringing up Dario to talk about this because we get a lot of news. People in the chat room, we talk about the chemistry between everybody in your guys' storyline, between you and Billy, between Camilla and Billy. It's with everyone's two names. It's taking me a
Right.
moment. And with Jordy and you, it's tough because usually there's chemistry with somebody, so
Yeah.
you just kind of lean towards them. But
There's chemistry with everyone.
everyone,
so
and
too.
and I didn't think that I would be Team Abby Dario, but every time you guys have scenes, I'm like, dang it.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
Yeah. I get it.
And it has nothing to do with the fact that he would be clearing the path for me to get to Chad. Has nothing to do with
absolutely
that.
nothing. I
Nothing
would have
to do
never
with
taken it
at
that way.
all. But that's got to be great. That's got to be great to
Oh
hear.
man, yeah, totally. And they're two awesome dudes to
Yeah.
work with, and I know now where the direction the show's going, but at that
Right.
time I didn't, and I was like, man, my heart's always with Chad and Abby, but as an actor, I was like totally content getting to
Yeah.
work with either one of them because they're totally.
And I think, and we've talked about this here too, is like, because people are like, no, I want Chad. It's Chad and Abby, and that
Yeah.
no questions. Like they will not even consider
They're
any
very
other
serious
options
about it.
But we all know how it has to work because otherwise it's not a story.
Yeah.
That there has to be some kind of, ups and downs,
Yeah.
and that's why I keep saying is like it's not that I'm team Chad and Gabby, but I'm okay with it
I am
for
too.
a little bit
Yeah.
to stir things up to make it so we have to wait longer because
Yeah.
at least it's believable and there's something there, so you're not forcing me into a relationship, rope,
Yeah.
and it's you know what I mean, like you can go for the ride and you can entertain. I know again there are the people I'm gonna get yelled at because they're like no,
But they're
Abby and
all
Chad.
interesting pairings.
Yeah.
Regardless, so I'm happy letting it play out.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's great. And then the moment that
I do have to say, I
Go
love
ahead.
the scenes with Dario and Gabby too. I love
I-
that they meet up and chat about the
Mm-hmm.
fact that they're both in love with the Demaras. It's great.
Yeah, I like that too.
But then the moment of the week that if I was Tony Moore and I had to give a 3 Snaps award,
Yeah.
hands down would have been you telling off Kate.
Woohoo!
You don't even understand because there was something. What happened? There was something a couple weeks ago, and it was when you were talking to Gabby and you yelled at her, but then when you come back from break, you're like, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, yeah,
that gets under my skin
Yeah.
so bad because
Oh.
I was so happy that you finally laid into her.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, oh, just kidding, girl. We're
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
So I kept waiting for that to happen with Kate, because I was like, oh, this is getting good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is, oh my God. And, and just how Billy was just like, yeah, what she said. You know what I mean? Like, it was just so perfect.
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God, it was an amazing moment. Probably the moment of the week.
Aw.
Hands down.
Oh, it
Hands down.
100% was.
Oh,
So when
thanks.
she said you were coming, I was like, yes, I can tell her to her face. That
Yay.
was amazing. Oh, it was so
Aw,
good.
I
thank
love
It was
you.
so good.
Abigail walked out of the room and I thought, well, that can't be it. And then
Yeah.
you popped back in and I thought, uh-oh.
That was, tell us about that. Because that was
man, it was
amazing.
so fun. I mean, first of all, Kate Lauren
Lauren.
is like so powerful anyway, and so she's like such a cool energy to just stand across from at all.
Yeah.
And I had just been, as Marci has been dying for so long to start to bring Abigail to this place.
Uh-huh.
Forever ago, I was trying to get her there, and they were like, "Okay, just bring her back, bring her back." Remember, because they really wanted to milk this time, and
Right.
I get it, it's fine. But so I mean, I was just looking as forward to that moment as the fans were, and so it just it felt so liberating. And I just
Yeah.
remember I went down to my room, and that was the last scene I shot for the day. And there's a recycling bin outside of the studio, and I had my sides, and I just walked out the door and I just chucked him in the. I was like, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It felt really good.
I love it. Oh, well deserved. I'm going to go find that script in the trash can, though.
Was that a one take deal?
That was a one-take deal, man.
You did
I mean, most of what you guys do is a one-take deal.
I feel like I can, unless somebody really messes
Messes
up
up.
some lines or something like that. And even then, we don't go back to the beginning. They
Right.
start in the middle and pick up whatever, which,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, one take.
Good.
It was good. Super fun.
It was so
I love
awesome.
it. And it's so fun to just my personality is not that. I always wish I was the girl that just could
Yeah.
You want to say that to me? Well, I'm going to say this to you.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just not me.
Not
And so
me
it's
either.
super fun to get
So
to do
not
that.
me.
Yeah, I can tell that.
So not.
That's okay. Yeah, we're like kindred spirits, I can tell. Yeah.
And I like that Abigail said you don't want to get on my bad side, because Abigail has a bad side you
Yeah.
can get on,
Yeah.
which we
Yeah.
haven't seen yet from
Yeah,
you.
it's not for me.
No,
I
it's
hope-
which it's I can't wait.
Well,
I can't wait.
And this is funny because that you and what you just said about that you trying to take Abby somewhere and they were telling you to go back, because a lot of the tweets that we got from saying that you were going to be here were so many people saying they love where you're taking Abby. They like the
Yeah.
direction. And I'm going to bring this up because I bring this up every time because I love Lauren Kozlow and I just love
Yes.
that she said this. And I think this is a perfect opportunity to tell you what she said because I think you're doing exactly what she said should be done. And that was, I was talking to her about taking over for Deborah Adair as Kate Roberts. And, you know, I was a huge Deborah Adair fan.
Me too.
Huge Deborah fan. So I was devastated that she was leaving the show. And I do remember, I told Lauren this, I remember when, you know, seeing her on the boat, the fish boat and everything, when they brought her character back and everything. And I remember the first couple scenes and I was like, oh, all right.
You like it?
I kind of like this lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, so I asked her about what it was like, and you can answer the same thing. But her response to that was, you know, that she's done theater, which I know you have as well. That when you do, you know, let's say, oh God, now I'm going to think of something that I can think of the names of, like a Tennessee Williams play, and you're, you know, playing a female lead. You know, so many actors have played that part.
Yeah.
So it's your version of that
Yeah.
character, and that was her way she approached it. Was, well, this is going to be my Kate Roberts,
Right.
Yeah.
and I feel like that and either people like what you're doing or they don't, and I think they like what you're doing, and you know, is that kind of how you had to approach it as well? Because it was a
Yeah.
pretty big story at the time too.
Totally. And you know, it always really amazes me just how different people's energy and looks, like how, like I can stand in the middle of a room and say a line, and Camila can stand in the middle of the room and say the exact same line, and it just reads differently because we're just, like, our essence is different, the way we look is different, it communicates a whole different thing. And so, yeah, I didn't do a ton of watching what had been done in the past. I got enough to kind of understand what the important relationships were like, and then I just really let it go, because you drive yourself crazy, like trying to do what you think people are gonna like, and at the end of the day, if I'm not communicating what resonates within me, then I'm not doing my job. I'm not doing what serves the story or what serves me in the end anyway. So you do it and hope that people respond to it.
Yeah.
And
Well, I know
that.
when Billy was here, he said the same thing when he took over as Chad.
Yeah.
He said he did not watch anything that Casey Moss did. He didn't want to know anything that he did. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to come in and do my version. Thank you, by the way. Less clothing, but other than that,
And they're totally
spot on.
the two Chads are totally different.
so different.
Yeah.
So different. So different. Same idea, but just playing it in a different way.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, knocking it out of the ballpark, lady.
oh, thank you.
Just so you know.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say about that, Matthew Evan Paine?
There was one more thing, or two more things actually. Your outfit on Thursday, the green
Thursday.
floral dress.
Oh.
Was it green? It was the floral.
The floral dress. Yeah.
Perfect.
You like?
Yes.
Yay.
Do you have say on your wardrobe?
You know what? When I first came in, I had so many things to think about. I just did not care. Like, and I felt silly. Felt silly saying that. But then, like, just this week, I went in and was like, I have these ideas. So what can we do? And I
Good.
took in all these little pictures and circled things. And
Oh,
so,
nice.
But Richard, the guy who does our stuff, is like really amazing. So
Yeah.
he gets almost all the credit for that. I did initially wanted to incorporate some kind of like classic 40s stuff, and so they've kind of been doing me in the dresses that are like the waist, like come in here at the waist. Yeah, but that's it.
And you loved that pattern dress you wore a couple weeks ago.
The striped one?
It
Yes.
was
The hot pink
amazing.
striped one? Is that what
Oh,
you're
it was
thinking?
amazing. I want it in
Yeah.
a size 12.
Yeah, it's really
If you can make
cool.
that happen.
It's
that'd be
really
fantastic.
cool.
It's got a stretch, too.
And one more thing, I loved also that part of the telling Kate off was "You're in my living room."
Yes.
I put that line in.
Ah,
I did that. So, yeah.
You walked around. You made your way through that whole
Was
Demera living room.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me feel good because I just wanted to make it so like this living room. You standing in it's mine.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Kate had her
Felt
time in that living room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long
That's
time
not
ago.
more.
Yeah, I wasn't
Not
there.
not
You
yours
need to put a
anymore.
new photo up on the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Abby!
Do you think they'll keep it as Stefano?
It'll be interesting. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, you know, there's a history there, so I kind of feel like they have to.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. All right. So, and just so you guys know, I haven't actually even had a chance to look in the chat room because I'm chit-chatting away. We will take some phone calls later at the end, but we're not going to do it during the show because we got a lot to get through. What's going on here? All right. So next storyline we're going to talk about
Is Nicole and Brady, which were other jaw-dropping scenes for me this week.
Okay.
At the end of Wednesday's
Good jaw
episode.
droppers or bad? Okay.
No, I was so excited. I this week, for weeks, I've been an unsatisfied customer.
Okay.
This week, I'm back to
You feeling
I'm
good?
back to gold. I really looked forward to the Nicole Brady, Scooter, and Hillary scenes. Scooter, first of all, Scooter. His name is Scooter.
His name is Scooter.
He's a
It's
creep.
Canada.
so
Sorry.
creep-
Oh my God, all the Canada fans are
creepo,
gonna hate me.
creepo.
Sorry. I take it back. I take it back.
Scooter's disgusting. He's creepy.
They're both weird.
Creeper McGee.
They're both just like
Yeah.
weird.
What are you doing here?
I don't-
Hillary, get
I
out of
know,
my house.
I know.
See, her dialogue to me seems very contrived. Like it's like she says stuff that I'm just like, why? Just the phrasing. I don't know.
She seems entitled to me. Like she's got like
Yeah.
a sense of entitlement with them.
And
Which
I'm
I
just
don't
like,
get.
I don't get, like, if I had a neighbor that came over and was like, no.
Yeah.
You got, no, you're not
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
over
yeah.
for dinner. No, we
Exactly.
got plans.
They politely
Exactly.
declined to continue hanging out 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And Hillary was like, well, I don't even know what her options were. Like, let's go get Ben and Jerry's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And Brady was like, sure. Are you okay with him?
Yeah.
I would never have left her alone with him.
No, no.
I always think, have you ever seen Queens of Comedy?
A while
Monique,
ago.
the
I love
comic Monique, she has that whole bit about her husband, and she's like, she doesn't trust any woman. She says, when I leave, every woman in the house leaves. Mama, grab your pocketbook, where you're going to.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like, no, you're
No.
not staying. No.
But I think that the one who plays Scooter, which I follow him on Twitter, but I can't think of his name off the top of my
really
head.
see-
I think he's doing a perfect job.
I was gonna just say, I'm like, well, I kind of like that he's creepy.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean?
It's supposed
working.
to be, yeah.
Because she's creepy to me, but I don't think she's supposed to be. But whatever.
Hillary?
Yeah, I don't think she's
Well,
supposed to be creepy.
No, stop coming over.
Yeah.
I think
Don't-
she's just weird. Yeah, she's just weird.
Yeah.
They
Supposed
do
be
need to
weird.
put drapes up though.
So what did you like about it though? Because I'm kind of on the fence. Like I didn't love it. It was just very predictable to me. And again, I think it's because I know she's leaving that I'm just not getting invested in it.
I like that he brought it to the Nicole Walker level. Like he not only knows that she was
Right.
Misty, but he also knows exactly what's happening. But we need to get them back to Salem at some point.
Yeah.
So he's gonna
Or
dangle
do
this.
we? Just saying.
I don't know.
I mean, we could go back to Prague. I'm sure the set's still laying around somewhere.
God. Yeah.
We'll move the window from here to there.
Remember when I
And
said
we'll
I was an
redrape that.
unsatisfied customer? Yeah.
We notice those things.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Oh,
So
and
do we.
Abigail was laying in bed this week, and that was in the Demera study. That wallpaper, the blue swirly wallpaper,
Oh,
was
yeah.
the Demera study wallpaper.
Oh yeah. Good eye.
Was
Good
that the
job.
same set?
I don't know that it was the same.
Maybe the same
set,
wall.
but maybe the same wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get bonus points.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I see it, and I
You win a pizza roll.
yeah. Oh, I'll take one.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Dun, ta-da! Yeah, so that was basically it. We know that he knows who she is, but no one else knows yet.
I feel like I'm falling for Brady.
Yeah,
He's so sweet.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm okay with it, but again, I'm not getting invested in it because I know she's peacing out. So
I like when he threatened to go break Scooter's legs.
yeah. Yeah, but I did read something, and I don't normally read spoilers. I just don't like to read them because I like to be surprised.
Me too.
But I did read for next week, and I guess she does do something. So that's all I'm giving you. She does something.
She does.
She Nicole?
Nicole.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, okay, so that's that. So then the next storyline is the Deimos, Sunny, the whole kit and caboodle. And unfortunately, I have to include Rope in this storyline now.
Just so we can bottom line that Mark's not a fan of Hope and Rafe.
I gathered that.
Period.
Just been a couple of offhand.
Yeah, not
Okay.
my cup of tea.
Why do you not like them? Out of
Because they're
curiosity.
making me like them.
They're making you like.
And it's not. There are definitely people in the chat room and people that watch that love them, and they're all about Rope. But I was a definite, before you, Haydenite. I was a Haydenite.
Hayden.
Rope.
Oh, Hayden. Yeah.
Rope and Aiden.
Yeah.
Hope and Aiden. Sorry, I said
Rope and Aiden would have been weird.
Well.
Which I would go there. I'm down with that. Yeah, they're forcing it on me, and I don't like it.
I getcha.
Anyway, so Sunny, we find out that Deimos is now, I guess, a demotion in a sense. He got moved to, he got shifted into Basic Black, so that he doesn't
Sunny.
have contact. Yeah, Sunny, so that he's not a part of Titan, which is, I guess, how he was going to find out all the stuff he was going to find out about Deimos.
And Deimos did that insultingly, and he was making fun of him for being gay, 100%.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Whoa, I missed that.
Oh.
Whoa, I missed that.
Well, because Sonny ended up calling him out and said, he said, is that supposed to be an insult, putting your gay nephew in charge of the fashion line?
Ah, I missed that.
Yeah.
I was
Whoa.
getting my pizza rolls.
Yeah. They
happened.
just kind of had like a little toe-to-toe moment in the
Interesting.
Kiriakis mansion. Yeah.
Kiriakis.
Kiriakis.
Yeah, and so then, and I don't really understand what's going on there. I'm going to be very honest. So I don't know what him moving to Basic Black has to do with anything. I'm sure someone in the chat room will be happy to tell me. And then I did like the scene with Maggie and Deimos.
Me too.
I did enjoy that. It was like, we're bringing in Suzanne Rogers
Yeah.
this week. Let's put her in scenes with him and her and him and
Let's
him.
have
So we saw a lot of
Suzanne-
Maggie this
yeah,
week.
let's have Maggie kick Deimos' ass.
Yeah, and she talked to a couple other people in the town square. But I did like the scene. I enjoyed it, and I liked. And then she said, "What are you gonna do? Poison me again?
Yeah.
Or poison me
Again.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I also really enjoyed. I enjoyed the when Sunny. Where's my note here? Because I know I wrote it down. When Sunny when he turns around and he sees the bruises, and then he like takes them. I'm sorry, that whole moment to me, I was giggling. Like, I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. And then what was even funnier too was when Sunny goes to Chad and like, did you do that? And just the way he was like looking at it, like admiring his handiwork. I don't know. That to me was kind of hysterical. And then and then we find out that the Salem PD bug that was put in, and I missed completely how that bug ended up in his phone or in his house. I don't even know how that happened.
Weeks and weeks ago, I think someone planted
I need to look at the chat because I'm sure they'll tell me.
Bug in the flower pot or whatever, and I guess Deimos was aware of it, so he's been setting Hope and Rafe up on their Bluetooth
But when
devices.
who put the bug? Like, I missed who went in the house and did that.
Wasn't it Ann Milbauer?
Oh,
No, she got the laptop.
Oh.
She stole the laptop.
Who put the bug
In the chat room, I'm gonna need you guys because I don't know what happened.
In the midst of all of that, Sonny and Paul made love.
Off camera.
Off camera, we got to see the kiss and the throw on the bed, and then cut to commercial.
Right.
Because God forbid we see the gays make
man.
love.
Can't do that.
No, but then I just didn't like the way Sonny was behaving with Paul after that. He seemed bothered that Paul was questioning what was going on with Deimos.
Amy just said Hope put it on the flower 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Okay. And in typical Salem PD fashion, it doesn't work.
Salem PD has never solved the case.
there next time. Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
No, I just said Salem PD's never solved a case.
No, never.
I just thought
Well.
Sonny was a jerk to Paul after they made love.
Yeah. But then he came back and apologized. He did come back and apologize. In typical gay fashion. But I did, there was something else. Oh, and then the Eli, who I'm digging.
Yeah.
Oh, I like me. I
I'm
like
really
Lamont.
Yeah.
digging Eli.
He's cool.
And didn't we...
He's a
we talked-
gentleman.
Yeah, well, this was funny too, because you know how I love Salem PD. Was the scene with him, Lonnie, and JJ when he tells them, I have jurisdiction now because FBI's taken over this case.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, oh, thank God. The Salem PD, they can't do this crap. So that was kind of, it was just, it was, I don't know. I'm liking him. I wish he were more involved in the case because they're giving it, like, now it's Rope who's taking care of, not really taking care of it. But I feel like when Salem PD
Gets involved.
Well, I feel like when they solve the case, I will put that in air quotes, it's by accident. Like, it was not from hard detective work. It's that something fell in their lap. You know what I mean? Like, it's never genius.
You know who I don't love? Reigns.
Oh, Rainy.
Oh,
okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't need him breathing down Hope and Rafe's neck. Like, their storyline aggravates me enough as it is.
Well, you know, I have a solution to that.
Fire them.
Fire them. And we never have to see it. Just a suggestion. I don't think that's going to happen. But
No.
whatever. So yeah, so those were probably the three biggie, the doozy storylines. Trying to see if there's anything else. Sunday goes to see Chad, and then they agreed to kind of end the war once Deimos is out of the picture. That was kind of
And Dario realizes that his dad, not Dario,
Rafe
Rafe
and Hope.
realize that it's Eddie.
Yes.
Right. And Deimos found the bug and tricked everybody, and which actually was surprising to me because I was like, oh, okay, he knew. Okay, that's kind of cute. But it's Rope, so I didn't care. Alrighty, so let's get in a couple of other little things that happened. Trip gets the audio tapes that Ava made when she was preggo. We didn't really get to hear much of that, right? No, they didn't play much of it.
One word
Yeah,
that
and then-
actually sounded like Tamra.
Yeah.
Tamra. Braun?
Tamra Braun. Yeah. And now he's moving in. How many bedrooms are in this house?
9. It's
that
too many.
These teens live in. But I actually wrote in my notes this week. I think Theo should move into the DeMera mansion.
I would love that.
I just think that he
That's
should be
so
there.
smart.
I love the scenes with him and
I do
Chad.
too.
Just beat me to it.
And
Yeah. That's
Kyler-
a great idea.
Yeah.
I like Kyler.
yeah. I mean,
that
it's like
relationship.
it's just getting a little ridiculous now that they're all like in one apartment. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, guys, I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could even be like across the halls, but they're always all in one apartment.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I can do like a friends moment. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems a little ridiculous. And then go ahead.
I love the scenes with Kyler and Billy. I love how Kyler plays Theo so well. I love that he beat Chad in chess.
Yeah.
And I love that Chad doesn't know how to play chess like Stefano did.
Right.
And I love that he's not the typical DeMera
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
That's why I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, amongst
why I
other
love him.
things.
Among other things, yes, exactly.
All right.
Every week.
So, Claire gets picked up by a record label. We don't know which because they just mentioned it and then went to commercial and we never heard about it again.
RCA. No, I'm kidding.
Theo talks to Chad about sex over playing.
Chess.
That's it.
And I liked that. I liked Chad's honesty. Like he was taken aback by it, but he was so sweet.
Yeah.
He walked him through it. I don't think Theo's ready for it.
No, I don't think so either.
No, and I'm still afraid 2 months later that Claire is going to pressure him into it.
Yeah. I don't know. I keep thinking, I'm like, I don't know what they're going to do.
I said 2
I
months. It
always
hasn't
think
been
that
that long.
I think that I always err in the worst case scenario because that tends to be what I get from Days of Our Lives. But whatever. We'll see. We'll see. I'm interested to see. So let's talk about then Wyatt because Sierra has the online date with Wyatt,
Yep.
who I'm okay with. Just awkward, me and Roman. Just we have issues, and I just didn't care that he was getting involved. I get it, because Bo's not there anymore. I get it. I don't know how I'm digging Roman at the Brady pub all the time.
I'm nervous for Sierra that this online dating thing is going to take a bad turn. I wonder if we're going to see how unsafe.
Oh, you think that
Oh,
this is
interesting.
a front?
Yeah.
That he's really not a nice guy.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't think of that. Interesting. Okay. Moving right along.
I hate to even put this out there, but I
But
do.
you're going to?
Yeah, but I feel like I feel like they actually might take it to like a rape storyline.
No, no.
Days of Our Lives hasn't done a rape storyline in a long time, right?
Well, Sierra.
Oh, you know what? My sincerest apologies. I wasn't trying to be funny. I actually forgot about that.
Okay.
Oh, she had.
Yeah,
There was a rape
like,
storyline.
I'm
Sarah?
sorry.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
forgot.
I didn't
Like
know
a
that.
year ago.
Truthfully,
Wow, I didn't
Her
know that.
and
Chase.
Chase. I was
Yeah.
going to say Jonathan.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But it's dangerous. It's
Aiden's son, who was
Okay.
with Hope, his son
Rape
Raped
Sierra.
Sierra.
I,
Oh my
okay,
gosh,
I
I
totally.
didn't even
Yeah,
know
I
that.
forgot about that. But it's a slippery slope what she's doing. This online dating, strangers, and I don't care if you meet them.
Look at you concerned for her safety.
Well,
Aw.
Look at you, Roman Brady. Look at you go.
take that as
Look at you go. You go to casting, girl. I'll cast you.
I was like, they haven't had a rape storyline, and you were like,
Girl, like I've been dealing with this for a year. How could you forget? Then there was the double date, the Lonnie, JJ, Sonny Paul double date. What was that, the beginning of the week?
I already forgot about it. If you had
Exactly.
asked me what didn't happen this week, I would have said that.
I don't know. I don't know where this is gonna go because there's this whole thing with Eli and Lonnie. So I don't know if they're because I like Lonnie and Lonnie and Gabby. I am completely changing Days of Our Lives. It's going on a very different road. I like Eli and Gabby. I do like them together. So I don't know, and I don't believe the JJ Lonnie thing at all. So
I told you my best friend Brian thinks that Eli is gay. That we're going to figure out
Think
that.
that Eli's gay.
Yeah. And I'm starting to wonder. There was more chemistry with Gabby and Eli this week than ever before, but I'm not ruling it out.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that because I completely forgot about the Pokemon.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh.
Like,
Are they?
could-
I'm sorry.
Dude.
They called it the grab a critter.
Yeah, grab a critter.
Grab a critter.
even the look on your face when you turned around that final moment.
That's 100% real life right there. Oh, I can't respond
It was
to that.
just
I don't
a
think.
moment
Yeah.
where I was just like,
Yeah. I can't.
like again,
Catch a critter.
this is why I want writers in here, and it's not to trash them, and it's not to do anything. I just want to know what's going through your head. Like why? What were the other options?
Right. Well, and
like, do you
keep
write
in mind-
options and then you pick what you think is the best, or do you just go with the first idea? Like, I just don't get how
Pokemon Go was big 6 months ago.
Right.
When they probably wrote this idea, so no one's talking about Pokemon Go anymore.
I don't know. It was a while
And,
longer than that
I
ago.
mean,
But
were any two adults like running around playing Pokemon Go?
Other than my
like,
husband.
I mean,
Could Camila have said to anyone, I don't think I want to do this? Like, this doesn't seem...
I don't know. I mean, this stuff it comes and goes
Goes so
so
fast.
and I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe she could have, but even at that point, like by the time we get the script, like they're already writing the other things for next week and 2 weeks from now. I mean, chances are.
how
it's not
long
happening
before the
anyway.
scene do you get it? Day two?
No, more than that. I think they try to give us, like, by Friday, they try to give us the next week. I think
Okay.
they try to.
Okay.
It doesn't always happen, but,
Right.
you know.
Are you ever nervous that you don't have a script in time?
I mean, I always want them for a long time. Like, I would always want to have things for 2 weeks, but it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do about it, so I guess I don't get nervous
Yeah,
about it.
because you're not like, hello.
Yeah.
Well, and you guys are all in
I
the
know.
same predicament.
Yes,
like you're
exactly.
all doing the same thing. It's not like
Exactly.
it's just you that's on it.
Totally.
And like Deidre Hall's got it for a month. Like, girl,
mean,
I've had this. What's taking you so long?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, what a great lead-in! We got a Marlena and John flashback this week,
Yes.
which was fantastic. So I'm hoping that's foreshadowing that we're getting John back.
I hope so.
I hope.
Looking down, that's a good sign.
Okay. She's scratching. For those of you that are listening and not watching, she's scratching nervously. So that was the week. That was basically the week.
I'm going to need to have Deidre Hall go to wardrobe and have someone give Marlena a makeover.
See, I actually liked her
No.
jacket this week.
No.
Because at least it wasn't like just a black suit.
What
Because
do you want to see her in?
Not
What do you want?
not that.
Well, I
We
loved what
had-
she was wearing in the flashback, the dress, the beautiful blue gown.
perfect.
But I don't think she could really walk around that. Although I think it'd be friggin' fantastic if she did.
When they dress her up for a special event, she always looks perfect.
Yeah.
But when she's doing the casual scenes, it's there's no style.
You know
no
which one
shade, but there's no style.
I like Lauren Cazzo. We talked a little
Right.
bit about this because
Well,
she
even
always
when
says
Deidre was here,
that
we talked
she
about it.
personally, Deidre Hall says that she doesn't have good fashion sense, so she always wants Lauren Cazzo to go shopping with her and stuff, but then she never does it.
Oh yeah.
So
And
I think
Lauren
it's
will
kind
make
of similar
suggestions about
on
what-
set. I'm guessing is that she's just kind of like, you know what, I'm casual. I'll do whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I do remember not too long ago she wore the fringe. Cowgirl jacket, and I was like living for that. I was like,
yeah.
at least because it was least
Something.
I mean, if it was somebody else that dresses kind of cool all the time, I would probably be like, "Girl, what is that?" But because it was her, I was like, "Ah, you go, girl, with your fringe." You know what I mean? Like it made me like it. So
But Deidre Hall is so pretty. I just feel like the wardrobe is doing her no justice at all.
yeah, well, but she's fantastic. So
She is fantastic.
I don't care.
And I don't want to get hate tweets because of that.
You're
I
not
love
going to.
Deidre Hall. Okay.
No, she's fantastic. That was the week. That was pretty much it. Right?
Yeah.
Did I forget anything?
Nope.
Anything I left out? You need to yell at me about?
I'll-
Don't wait till afterwards.
After. No, wait, no.
No, do not text me on the way home and be like, "Girl, you didn't talk about this."
How bleeping dare you?
I know. All right, let's see. It is making sure no one in the chat room is telling me that I forgot about something because I always forget something, but I think we're good.
One of the tweets
Well,
this
don't
week.
forget there's a lag in between.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Go ahead. what
Have
were
you
saying?
had a favorite scene that you've shot since you've been on Days of Our Lives?
Yes, I do. Yeah, it'll air this week.
Oh, okay,
wow.
great. So
Yeah.
we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So I thought you were going to say Kate's.
And that was one of them. I really liked that scene. I really liked the scene when I sat with Billy on the couch and he told me he was in love with Gabby.
Yeah.
For some reason, I liked that. I always like really simple. I like really simple scenes. Like I love the big dramatic stuff too. That's always really fun. But even like the scene I had with Billy this week, where he brings Thomas in, and I wake up and we're just sitting in the bed, and that's when he talks about Sleepless in Seattle or whatever. But it's just such a a normal real life moment, like a husband like bringing the son in and waking the wife up, and
Yeah.
they're sitting there chatting together,
And a little peck.
yeah. I love that stuff. Just very simple. But
Scene between Kate and Sonny?
Kate and Sonny.
Someone said, how about the scene between Kate and Sonny?
What
I'm
about
trying
it?
To remember, I'm trying to remember the scene. That's probably why it's not in my notes.
Anyone that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to?
Deidre Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not one scene?
Not one scene. No, I mean, maybe a scene where not one scene. Not
With
one
who?
Scene. Deidre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They want you to know if you wouldn't mind next week when your scene airs
Yes.
that you love.
Yes.
Will you tweet it and just say this,
So we know
this
which
is
one
the
it is?
scene
This
that
is it.
I
Sure.
love?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think we'll be
So
able to
we-
figure it out when we
Oh
see it?
yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
think it's just me and Billy, and like
He's naked.
and he's butt naked. That's not my favorite
never
scene.
gets old.
They can't. They can't go out as like even a joke.
It was so funny.
Gina is standing on the
I
opposite
know,
side of that door.
That's all my
And my
biggest
husband ran
fears. One day
Madison.
she's just gonna open that door and she'll be like, "Girl,
Can I
we
come
need
and
to
do
talk."
Dishin Days with Gina?
Yes.
I think we
I
should.
think that would be amazing.
I think we should have
honestly.
just like a powwow. I'll bring my husband, and he.
Yeah.
Could, it was so funny because somebody asked him. Did I tell you this? Somebody asked him. We were out, and they were talking about how I always talk about Billy, and they were like to him. They were like, "So, how do you feel about this?" And he was just so my husband. He just went, "It's just weird." I was like, okay, and we're just gonna end it there. We're not gonna talk about that anymore. Okay, we're gonna move on.
He's
But-
a good sport.
He is, yeah, he does, and he'll come in like I'll be watching it because he won't stay and watch usually, or I'll go in the other room. But he'll come in if I'm in the bedroom watching it, and Billy will be in here and go, "Ooh, Billy," so he knows.
He gets
He
it.
knows, yeah.
Tell us about the belly dancing.
Oh my gosh, the belly dancing. I was a nervous wreck for that. I mean, it's like the top 10 on the list of top 10 things you never think you're going to do on national television. Like knowing me and knowing myself.
Yeah.
And but it was fine. It was fun. It wound up being cooler than I thought it would be.
Uh-huh.
It played better than I thought
Yeah.
it would. When
And you guys look like
You
you
were
had
in
been doing
sync.
it for years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no! It was. I mean, Camila. Yes, I mean Camila's Camila. Like she can move everything like just right.
No, I
But-
thought I mean we were all saying like it looked like they actually
Yeah.
have
Oh, man.
taken belly dancing like it
Good.
looked good.
Oh
it
my
looked
gosh,
good.
I'm glad it played.
Because we would tell you if we didn't. if we-
Yes, I know. I'm gathering. that.
There's a room full
Yeah.
of people
Yeah.
who will give you an honest opinion.
I appreciate it.
Every week at 4:00.
It's good.
Yeah. So
But it's fun. I like to dance. I like doing
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a good time.
Was that also a one-take thing, or
Yeah, dude, they gave us one take. We did have like some rehearsals. Obviously, we had a choreographer that came in and did some stuff with us for a couple of days. But then we did it in one take, and it's awkward because they don't. Anytime there's any dancing scenes on the show, they don't play the music in the studio or shooting it. They give us an earpiece, so it's just like the studio's dead silent from everybody else's perspective, and we're just like all wiggling around. So it's like kind of a weird,
That's
awkward.
Interesting.
It's weird,
Interesting.
yeah, and so. You feel kind of stupid,
Yeah.
but in the moment, but it's fine. It played off well. So.
Was it you at the end of the scene didn't want the dancing to be over, and Camila kind of like ushered you out, or did you usher her out?
Around, yeah. She's like shimmying and doing her thing. I was like, again, we're done.
I'm glad that they did bring it up. The Sonny and Kate scene,
Yeah.
they were explaining it to me because I completely forgot, and it is a good scene. It was the scene where she walks in on Sonny and Paul, and she pulls him aside and is like,
That's
"What?"
right.
And that actually was a great scene.
Yeah.
And I do
forgot about
like
that.
I like how Sonny kind of turned it around and made her see, from his perspective. So I thought that I'm glad. Thank you guys for reminding me because that was a good scene. That's a very good scene. All right, so let's get into some our segments, and then we'll do some news and gossip, and then we'll take some phone calls and talk to Marci.
Yep.
All right. All right, so we do not have a 3 Snaps award, but I'm giving it. Yeah, but I
100%.
want to give her the You Go Girl because I call it the You Go Girl, even though he calls it the 3 Snaps.
You go, girl.
Thank you.
Here we go.
That's our audio. So I'm going to give that to Miss Marci Miller for her attack of Kate Roberts this week.
You killed it.
Killed it.
Honored.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna do Matthew Evan Payne's segment, which I think we have.
Disaster.
Moment of the week.
This week's Disaster Moment of the Week, I decided not to talk on when Mark brought it up, but this creepy moment when Roman decided to meddle in Sierra's business.
He looks creepy.
Yeah.
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 They don't know how to utilize Roman properly, so they're having him stand awkwardly behind the bar in most cases at Brady Pub, and I just think that Sierra's date with Wyatt was none of his business.
Yeah.
He didn't need to. He's not her dad. He didn't need to threaten the poor boy. The poor boy that I pretty much called a rapist.
Right. Exactly.
He didn't need to have any involvement in that other than seating them and take their order.
Right.
And then at the very end, this was the last moment of that scene where it was kind of like that. I'm watching you.
Yeah.
Ugh. No,
I would have
thanks.
rather him do that.
Well, and I never thought I'd say this. I'd rather him at the police station at the Salem
God.
Police Department.
We're going there.
Well,
Wow.
what would you rather him do? Serving fish fillet or?
For real.
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
like
wait,
being
wait,
fired
is there a fish
and
fillet
getting-
around here?
serving fish
Can I have
fillets.
some? Matthew Evan Paine, don't
But
joke
they don't
around
listen to
about
what
that.
I say, so
Never
it doesn't
talk
matter.
about fish
It
fillet.
doesn't matter.
Not around Alexis, no.
But that is my disaster moment of the week. I enjoyed the entire week with the exception of Roman's involvement.
Okay. I'm gonna agree with that 100%.
Disaster.
Moment of the week.
And
now
now
we
it's
have-
time for.
Mark's quote of the week.
All right, so my quote of the week. I know you guys all think it's going to be Kate because she said something about Chloe being trapped under the lawnmower with rusty blades or something like that.
Oh.
What?
And that's not it. It's actually not my quote of the week. But I was getting tweets like, I know what it's going to be, and it's not. My quote of the week actually this week is going to Deidre Hall.
Oh.
When her scene with Kate, she's like, oh, I don't want to go in there. And then Kate's like, oh, okay, I'm going to go in. And she goes in. That's my girl. I laughed out loud and I enjoyed every minute of it. I just love when they put Kate and Marlena together.
Yeah, you can
I
feel
do
their
too.
chemistry
It's
too.
so much fun to watch. I just loved every minute. And as soon as she said, that's my girl, I was like, that's my quote of the week. So, Deidre
Mark's
Hall.
quote of the week.
You know
That
what I
was
thought
that.
it was going to be?
What?
I think it was Thursday's episode when Kate ran into Eddie, and Kate asked Eddie. She said, "Where's Chloe? Hanging upside down somewhere, taking a nap."
I can't always, because Kate's, she's there for
Yeah,
me. She's
yes,
there for
yeah.
me when I need quotes of the week. So, I know that she's going to give me more down the road. All right, so now it is time for my fan of the week. And my fan of the week this week is going to go to, she actually called in last week, Christy. She is at Liaison Radio. And she does a podcast, radio show, where she talks, I think it's all things soaps.
Okay.
But I'm going to be joining her in a couple weeks to talk about Days. I'm excited about that. But I'm going to give her the quote of the fan of the week this week. She's at Christy, hashtag Team Liz, at Liaison Radio on Twitter. And
I don't know what you just said.
she's, I did have her, I was like, send me the information on how they can find you. Oh, here it is. Liaison Radio is normally held on Friday and Saturday nights about once a month, sometimes more, depends on her schedule. 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific. Fans can find it by going to her Twitter page, which is Liaison Radio. Because the link is right there, or search Liaison Radio on talkshoe.com. So if you guys want more Days of Our Lives stuff, you can find it there. And hopefully I'll give you more information when I know when I'm going to do it. I think it's like 2 Wednesdays from now or something like that. So Christy, Liaison Radio, fan of the week. That's it.
Should we do news and gossip? And then
Yeah,
we'll take
let's
calls?
do some news and gossip,
Okay.
and then we'll talk to Marci and then take some phone calls.
Okay.
All right. So now it's time for some news and gossip.
Alrighty.
AfterBuzz TV News.
On June 3rd in Toronto, start of Summer Bash with Mrs. Billy Flynn's husband, the actual Billy Flynn, Eric Martsoff, Robert Scott Wilson, and now Vincent Irizarry will be in Toronto. Follow Sabrina Fusilli at MICHELUZZA3 for more information, or you can go to eventbrite.ca. Again, that's eventbrite.ca. Not.
And if I'm
.com.
allowed into Canada when Billy's there, I may pop in. You never know.
And then some really exciting news, which I was just telling Marci before we started the show. You can catch Mark and I on the red carpet for the 2017 Daytime Emmy Awards.
They clearly lowered the bar because I'm on the red carpet now.
Yes, be sure to look for our exclusive AfterBuzz TV interviews.
We'll probably put them up that night
or the next day.
morning,
Yeah.
depending how much I've had to drink.
Yep. So the next day. Daytime Emmys are Sunday, April 30th.
I'm bringing shot glasses. I'm going to give people shots on the red. Can we do that?
Probably no.
Then I'm doing it.
I'll drink it.
Yes, if people say no, Mike says yes.
And tequila, because we know Billy likes tequila. Just saying.
Anyone besides Billy that you're looking forward to interviewing on the red carpet?
Gina.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, girl, you're coming over here.
Yeah.
We're gonna meet. We're gonna do this. I said, that's why I text Billy. I was like, how crazy is it that the first time I'm gonna probably meet this woman is on the red carpet? at
Have
the
you not
Daytime?
met her yet?
No.
I met
She's
her last
afraid
year.
of me. She runs.
I don't think she'll be afraid of you.
No, I don't think she will either. She's got a much better body.
One that I'm looking forward to, who walked by me unintentionally, it's just the timing didn't work last year, was John Aniston. So I want to make up for that. I want to
and
talk
he'll
to
be there
him.
because he's nominated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Alexis, I forgot to ask you. There's a link in this. Were you able to pull it up for this news and gossip
I
thing?
believe so. I think I had it.
Because there's a
Let me
little
double check.
trailer, and I would love to show it. Because somebody tweeted it to us,
Okay, well, hold on.
and
I'm gonna turn off Skype for a second, and then I can do that.
because the Ladies of the Lake is coming out on
it
Amazon
looks so
Prime.
good.
Yeah.
that's right.
Martha Madison, Marie Wilson, Ari Zucker, Kyle Lauder
Yeah.
is on it. It's May 5th on Amazon Prime. There's a link in there. I don't know if it's in the
Not that one.
it's in the show
it's the show
outline.
window?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can just click on it in there. I think.
Find it.
Because someone's like, oh, you should put this in news and gossip. I'm like, okay. Always looking for news and gossip. But there's a trailer, so I
Yes.
wanted to show that. It's on the
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I
there
see
it
it.
is.
Well,
But
that is being...
it's a video within the thing. But while she's loading that up,
I have a question. Do you hang out with people from other soap operas?
No, I
No?
have hardly even met anybody from other soap operas,
Oh, okay.
honestly. So
And we know obviously that you're good friends with Camila.
Yes.
Anyone else
Sal.
from the cast that you
Sal,
love?
yeah, Sal Stowers. I'll hang out with her, dig her. Jordi Villasuso, I love. Love.
such a good guy.
Such a good guy. Met his wife recently. Adore. And then I at work, like I kick it with Billy and Casey a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordy was here a couple months ago. Love him.
Love him.
Yeah.
He was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, it was
He
funny
dealt
too.
with us really well,
He did.
too.
I bet he
the
did.
guy, I always wonder with the guys how they're going to take us, but they've all
Yeah.
been very good troopers. But I was funny. His tweet was the best when I tweeted about you and him, and I was like, I have to say, I'm kind of digging it. And he replied, and he was just like, wow, coming from you, I can't even believe. Like he was like so like because he knows me and my boy Billy. So I just thought it was funny. And I think we've
Ready?
got the trailer queued up for Ladies of the Lake. If you guys want to see a little preview.
To the ladies of the lake, here is to getting away with murder. and living happily ever after.
Ladies, we're not making a plan. We're causing an accident.
I will not be made a fool of, and I will not let 4 murders go unsolved on my watch.
None of us are innocent.
The world has seriously underestimated you gals.
If you can't beat them, become them.
Love
So
that,
good.
right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we gotta show. So Amazon Prime,
Holy crap, those
May
are the most beautiful
15th.
murderers I've ever
I
seen
know.
in my
I
Right?
life.
know, right?
Tune in to watch Pretty People Die.
Love Martha Madison.
Exactly what it
Oh,
was to
man.
me. I thought I was watching Pretty Little Liars, but older.
I know,
It's
right?
crazy.
Exactly.
Days of Our Lives casting, I've said this before, casting hires the most beautiful women with the most beautiful blue eyes, hands down.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're in that crew.
It's in the breakdown. It's in the breakdown.
Yeah.
I agree.
Must have beautiful eyes. And then one last quick news and gossip.
This is very big, very big.
I have been biting my tongue all this episode to be able to say this. You guys, your dreams have come true.
Your dreams have come true.
I mean, it just happens to be somebody that I like too. But Billy Flynn will be back with us next Sunday.
I cannot wait.
So we'll have to figure out if he's sitting on my lap or if he's going to sit right next to me, but we'll figure it out.
He's sitting
There will
next
be
to
a
Mark.
plexiglass wall in front
We'll
of
see if he brings security, if he brings Gina.
No,
we'll see
Mark
what
is
happens.
going to be sitting on the couch or on any of the chairs on the floor, and then
Exactly. So yeah, you'll have to tune in.
That's some big news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Sorry, I got an email that we got Marcy, and then I got an email that we got Billy.
Yes.
So we're working on some more.
can't
So
wait.
hopefully, yeah. All right, so let's get into it. I want to start with a very important question, if I can, because I was looking at your.
Do you like how the stakes are so high when
They're
it comes to
so high.
It was like the one thing that's of your whole website. I went through your whole marcimiller.com, girl, because you knew I'm going to do it. It was the one thing that stood out to me in the whole website. Everything, clips, resume, photos. This was the one thing that stood out to me.
What?
In your special skills,
Oh no, I don't even know.
parallel parking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right here, girl. Because I always say I'm the king of. I could parallel park into anything.
Yeah.
I drove a 1979 Chevy Impala for like 10 years.
Amazing.
So I'm like, if I could parallel park that,
Totally.
I got this.
I had a big old Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
Yep. I parallel park.
I was like, that's my girl.
Yep.
That was the one thing that stood out. In your
Yeah, I knew there was something. I knew there had to have been something, and it was more than just a Billy Flynn thing. I knew it. Yep.
That was it. That's all I got.
Cool.
That's all.
Cool. So I'll get to work on my website then. It needs work anyway. Trust me.
No, it was fantastic. There's lots of good movie clips and stuff on there too.
jeez.
No, it's great.
Okay,
It's good.
thanks.
I remember when seeing that you got cast, and of course I Googled you and I found your demo reel and stuff like that, and I remember watching, going, I think we're in for
A treat.
A treat.
Yeah.
I really did. I truly did.
Me
I
too.
truly did. And because you clearly, I will tell
We
you if
worry.
I don't.
We're very protective over the show and
Sure,
who they
yeah.
cast and.
But I like, you know what I really enjoyed, because I kept texting Bill, I'm like, is she cast yet? Did they cast her yet?
Oh.
And he's like, no. And I like that they took their time,
Yeah.
and I like that they put a lot of effort into it, because it pays off.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I remember talking to Martha Madison, who played Belle, after they cast you, and she said Marcy must have been spectacular because they cast so many, or they looked at so many girls.
people. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's absolutely right. You are spectacular.
Yeah.
Man. Thank you.
Yep.
Pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. I enjoy every scene that
Yeah.
you're in. That's hard to do.
That makes me feel good.
Yep.
It does make me feel good, because there are days when you leave and you feel pretty good, and there's days when you leave and you just think, man, that was not ideal. But
But the turnaround's so quick, which we understand.
yes, yeah, it is. And they do so. The edit always helps. Like it's never as bad as you think it's gonna be. I don't know. And it's not like you leave feeling bad, but you just know what you want it to be,
Right.
and because of the pace and everything, you want to give it everything you have, and you just
Yeah.
whatever. But So thank you. That makes me feel good.
Absolutely, but I love that, like the scene on Thursday that we were talking about, the big scene with Kate. It's like scenes like that are what we live for.
Yeah.
So when that happens, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're fairly forgiving when, you know, if the storyline's a little bit slow and then you have something like that and that's gold right there. That makes up for it a little bit.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. Alexis, will you? The phone number's hidden for me. I can't see I see the last 4 digits. If you will flip that to the front so I can see the number, so I can give that out. We will take some phone calls if you don't mind
Not at
answering some
all,
questions.
not at all.
I did also notice that you lived in one of my favorite places in the whole wide world, Paris.
Oh yeah.
For 2 months.
For a couple
We want to talk
months.
a little bit about that.
Sure.
Parlez-vous français, mademoiselle?
Oui, un peu, pas beaucoup.
Moi
As I
aussi.
eat my pizza loaf.
Moi aussi. Mhm.
Yeah, I did an internship right after college, and it was like, there was this one woman who was teaching the French language. There's a large Moroccan population in Paris, because especially women, because they have more freedom. They have rights. They can work. They can vote. They can do all these things that they can't do in Morocco. She was just teaching French to them, and she needed an assistant. And so I came, and then she found out it had nothing to do with acting or anything, but she found out that I was into that, and wound up having me do these little French monologues traveling around. So I would like dress up like a queen and do these like weird. And I just remember being this kid after college, like, what is my my life right now? I'm doing these little French monologues in front of all these Moroccan women and hoping they can understand me, and I know they can't. There's,
Right.
you know, but it was cool.
Yeah.
So I love that city. Oh man, have you been?
I have.
Yeah.
I finally got to go, and it's my husband's German, so he said to me one day after we had gone, I mean, I've been to Germany, other places, and one day we were all just talking with a group, and he said, well, if you could live anywhere outside of America, Mark, where would you? And I know he wanted me to say Germany.
Yeah.
And I was like, Paris, France. I'll just take France. It doesn't have to be Paris.
Yeah.
And it was funny because we were watching a House Hunters International where they were trying to buy a bed and breakfast in Burgundy, and we were both just like, and the one that we liked, me and my husband liked, they didn't pick, and I was like, let's find it. Let's go buy. We'll run a bed and breakfast in Burgundy. Let's go. I'm ready to go now. So, but that's not happening yet. So, but yeah, I thought that was fantastic. And then you went to Indiana. You're from Indiana. I'm from Ohio.
Nice.
Midwest.
There's another thing.
Yeah. Some BA in voice performance and a minor in musical theater.
True. That's true. Yeah, I haven't used either one of those things much since I got done. I thought I would live like in Atlanta or like some smaller market and do regional theater my whole life. It's so crazy how you just wind up.
Yep.
I never thought I'd live in this city. I never thought I'd do film and television. But it's just, it fits. It feels really nice. It feels really good. So yeah, it's a good.
Matthew, do you have any questions? I will give them out the phone number. It's 424-253-0749. We will take some phone calls if you guys have any questions for Miss Marci Miller. And don't ask about ballet. I'm only allowed to ask. All right, I think we have a phone call, right? And you are on with us at Dishin Days. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Matthew. It's Jillian.
Hi, Jillian. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, we lost her.
I think we lost her.
Oh, shoot. All right. Do we have another call?
Yeah, we do. Hold on 1 second.
All righty. You're on Dishin Days with Marci Miller, Matthew, and Mark. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mark. It's Lonnie.
Hi, Lonnie.
Hi,
How
Lonnie.
are you?
Hi, Lonnie.
I'm doing good. I have a question for Marci.
Perfect.
Cool.
You called the right place.
Of all the characters of Days, who would you want to work with who is past and present?
Oh, past or present?
I think, okay, I really want to work with Deidre Hall. I do really want to do that, but I think maybe, who's the girl that played Krista? Eileen
Davidson. Don't blame you one bit.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
Love her.
Yeah, she's really cool.
Go
and
ahead.
I haven't watched religiously like my whole life, but.
Oh, that's a good one.
But that's a good
one. That's a good one. I actually have my friend actually text me. I'm just going to find it right here real quick. Eileen Davidson. I think I missed it though. Hold on.
Was it the event yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
I would have gone if I had known you were interested. I would have gone with you.
She did a meet and greet at Macy's in Century City, which is like walking distance from my apartment.
Mark, next time she has one, let's go. I'll go with you.
Yeah, my
I
friend
was looking for someone to go
He's
with.
like, go stalk her. And I'm like, I have such a reputation in this town. But yeah, she was there. Thank you for calling, Lonnie. Did you have another question before you go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you watch the scene with Sierra and that young man that I told you about last week? What did you think?
A scene with Sierra and Wyatt, the new guy?
Yeah. Remember I told you that he was going to be associated with her as a
yes,
new
you did.
role. Remember that last week?
Yep. I'm okay with him at this point. Like, there's nothing about him that's,
No,
he's
nice
not like
enough.
a Daniel Jonas. You know what I mean? I like him. He's okay.
I know he's a good person for that.
Yeah, I think so too. And you knew him from somewhere else, from another show?
No.
No. Okay, you just knew who it was going to be. All right. Thank you for calling, Lonnie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lonnie.
Okay.
We'll
Bye,
take it.
Mark. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Matt.
Have a good
Bye.
day.
Thank you for talking to me, Marcy.
Of course. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
Forever Days in the chat room wants to know if Jennifer Aniston has visited the set.
No. But that would be amazing. I
great?
would love that. I
She
would
did
love it
that.
if she would.
I was working makeup with a friend of mine at the GLAAD Awards the year she got the GLAAD Award, and we were all standing in the hallway where they came through to go to the stage, and we were all just literally just waiting for her to win. And she just came by, and you're just like, it's like this beautiful little cloud of beautifulness. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we have another phone call. Let's take this, Alexis. You are on with Marcy, Matt, and Mark on Dishin Days. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I am calling from Loganville, Georgia. This is Lisa. Hi,
Hi,
Matthew,
Lisa.
Mark,
Hi.
and
Lisa.
Mark. How are y'all tonight?
Fantastic. I love your accent.
Oh, thank you. From Georgia, of course.
You have a question for Marcy?
I do. Who has inspired you or, that's helped you feel right at home working with the cast so far?
Who has made me feel at home on the cast? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who do you enjoy working with mostly? I know.
It's such a hard question. Camila was very warm and very welcoming when I first got started. Missy Reeves was very helpful when I first got started. But I really love hanging out with everybody. I mean, Camila and Sal Stowers and Jordi Villasuso, and then I like to chat with Billy. I like to chat with Lauren Koslow if I can, and Christopher Sean. Love gabbing with
yes.
Christopher
Oh,
Sean.
He's a hoot.
I actually got to meet him in Atlanta. He's a lot of fun.
Oh, he's so fun and just, a lot of positive energy and just like great stories and really, really genuinely rooting for everybody
He's
on
kind.
the show.
Yeah.
So
just
kind.
a good person.
He's just a total hero.
Maybe you can bring Camilla with Gina when you come back to Dishin Days. That would be kind of cool.
I like that. Yep. I'll see what I
We'll
can
take
do.
them all.
Yeah.
And we had Kate and Sammy's picture up there. We need your picture in the DeMera house now.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right. We were just talking about that.
Yep. And also, where has Teo been? We hadn't seen him in a couple weeks.
Yeah, Teo.
Is he popping back in?
Yep, he's gonna pop back in. Yep, and we'll have some good scenes together. I really love working with Teo, and I really love that relationship, the Abby, what's his name? Andre
yeah.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So he's coming back.
Yep. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Bye.
Lisa.
Thank you for your call.
Have a good day.
And also, my friends Susie and Angela wanted me to give you a quick hello in case they don't get through. But I know you got people waiting in line. But thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Bye, thank
Lisa.
you.
Bye, Susie.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye bye.
All right, let's take another one, Alexis. Let's keep them coming. All right, we got another phone call. You are on with Mark, Matt, and Marcy. What is your name and where are you calling from?
This is Susie from Georgia.
Susie!
Hi,
Susie.
from Georgia.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing wonderful, thank you.
Good.
I just wanted to take the time just to say thank you so much for bringing another dimension to the character of Abby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. My goodness.
We really have been enjoying it.
Oh, Susie, thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you.
Susie's
And it
always
would
got
be
nice
nice
things
if
to
we could
say.
hear you singing.
Oh, will
Singing?
we singing? Will we
Singing.
potentially?
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. That's not a bad. I mean, I don't know. No, I don't know.
She's like, wait, what am I getting myself into?
Yeah, she'll have a duet with
That'd be
Claire.
fun.
Yeah.
There's that piano in the back of the room.
That's right.
It's in the back of the DeMera mansion. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
it'd
play
be
the
cool.
piano too?
Enough.
Yes.
Enough.
That's
Yeah.
yes.
Enough. It's
Yeah.
not. I'm not telling you enough. Enough. No.
Susie, did you have another question?
I just had a real quick question. I wanted to find out if she was a Days of Our Lives fan prior to coming onto the show.
Yeah, I mean, my mom watched it intermittently as a child, and it's the only soap that was familiar with at all. So it was really, really cool to walk in and see Deidre and walk in and see Christian, it was just, and Missy, all these people that I literally remember seeing on my television in my living room.
Yes.
So it was really, it's a little surreal. It's cool how life comes kind of full circle sometimes. So,
well, we appreciate all that you're bringing onto the show. Looking forward to Chabby getting back together for a longer period.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that if they pick somebody for Abby, it's Dario, because I'm a fan of Jordi Villasuso. So
yeah, he's really
thank
cool.
you so much for what you bring to the table. We really appreciate all what you do for us.
Oh, thank you. Likewise, really.
Thank you so much, Susie.
All right, take care, guys.
Always a pleasure to hear from you.
Another question for you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the new direction that the new writing regime is taking?
It's changed now.
It has changed, yeah. And, I think, yes, I am happy with it. Yes, I am. I think that there's been some care that is being taken as far as, specific characters, and they're really honoring some things as far as relationships and characters go, and trying to be specific, and yeah, I think they're doing a really good job. I'm really excited, and I love the stuff that we're shooting now. The stuff we're shooting now is really cool. So,
yay.
And without spoiling anything, can you answer just yes or no?
Okay.
And feel free not to answer if you don't want to.
Sure.
Will we be seeing Austin and Carrie anytime in the future, or Laura?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay.
That's
we don't
fair
want to
enough.
get you in trouble.
That's okay.
But ask Billy next week.
Okay.
Ask Billy next week, because he can get in trouble.
Throw him under the bus.
He can get in trouble, not me.
He would do it to me. Trust me.
Exactly. All right, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad I finally got to be here when you're here. I thought
So
maybe
glad
she
you're
was
back.
avoiding me. All right, so stay tuned. We're here every Sunday at 4 o'clock for the Dishin Days. We also do General Hospital after this, then Young and the Restless, then Bold and the Beautiful.
Yes.
So if you like all things soaps, this is where you need to be. Thank you so much for being here. Will you tell people where to find you? I'm sure they already do, but tell them where to find you on social media so if they can stalk you.
Yeah, on Twitter it's just at Marci Miller, all one word, and on Instagram it's _Marci Miller_.
Matthew?
Tonight you can find me on The Bold Breakdown with James Lott Jr. and our special guest Pearson Faudet, who plays the handsome Thomas Forrester. You can also find me every Monday night with the Vanderpump Rules After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Matthew E. Paine. Ladybug, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, Lorayne Love, and I will be on in about another half hour for my last hour of AfterBuzz today for RuPaul's Drag Race After Show. So stay tuned for that.
So
Thank
much
you
fun.
again.
Thank you, Marci.
Hope you'll come
Thanks,
back, bring the whole gang, have more pizza rolls.
Before
And thank
we
you,
leave-
Alexis.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, thank you. But before you leave, Annie, she couldn't get to call in because we had a lot of calls and she has a lot of family over. She just wanted to say hi to Marci.
Oh, hi, Annie. Hi. I say it right back to you, girl.
Thank you, Alexis. And
All
thank
right.
you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Take care with Billy Flynn.
Good night, everyone.
What?
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.